Right here, okay? So tell me this, John, you're going to record. When you sit down, is there a place, a thing you start to play that is your home, you're in Kenner, is there something that gets you back there fast?
Oh yeah, it's funny, that's the first track on the record.
Yeah, Kenner Boogie?
Kenner Boogie is the song that I feel is one of the most authentic ways I've approached the piano. I heard people growing up, the late Henry Butler, James Booker, we talked about, just so many great pianists who had a style of playing that was just it's very rhythmic. It's almost like a band is in their left hand alone, you know. And they're creating this rhythm. Like this kind of rhythm is happening. And then the right hand is like wailing. You could cry or you can dance, you know, like. And then you got it together like. It's a beautiful celebration to start a record that has many themes throughout.
When I first heard that song, I wondered how many people are playing this song? Because it sounds like there's so much going on. There's like 4 hands on the piano. How'd you get all those hands on the piano?
I love creating a sense of community, even if it's just me at the piano. Yeah. So I'm thinking of not just playing the piano, but I'm thinking of a scene. So this is like the party and stuff. Glasses clinking, people walking through the door. And then the bass and the drums, they bring the instruments in through the door while they're playing. You know, the drummer playing the snare. Like, then it's like everybody's shuffling in. Like, I'm seeing scenes.
Yeah.
There are pictures that I'm trying to convey through the song. And I'm thinking about this, the lineage, but also my experience growing up and seeing so many communal musical celebrations.
How many times have you played St. James Infirmary in your life?
I played St. James Infirmary, I'd say at least 500 times. I think St. James Infirmary was one of the first songs that I learned. There's a repertoire of New Orleans standards. Oh, little Liza Jane, oh, little Liza, oh, when the saints go marching in. And St. James Infirmary is a blues that is a standard. Yeah. If you grow up in New Orleans and you playing music, you'll know it by the time, you know, if you started at 11, by 12, you know that one.
Now, that is not a party, that song.
No, it's a heavy song.
Right. So what's going through your mind when you're bringing that kind of heavy? It's traditional. It's part of where you come from, but it's also what's on your mind with that song?
You know, that one is interesting because if you listen to the recording, I'm thinking of the scene of a jazz funeral. In New Orleans, there's a celebration for when you die. And the dirge, that kind of thing is happening when you're going into the church. Celebration that happens afterwards is what we call second line. But this is the first line. And I'm just thinking of that kind of scenario, and then the band comes in. That's the trumpets.
You play What a Wonderful World. That song's been played a lot. You have a different interpretation. There's that, you've got that drone. What's happening there?
Well, if you listen to music from across the world, in the history of music, a drone has purpose. A drone, you know, Eastern music, if you listen to chants, Gregorian chants, all of the history of the drone is to really get you to focus and to channel your spirituality. And even before the words come in, I'm asking you to channel your spirituality in this moment, and let's go on a journey. I see trees of green, and we go on that journey. And when we do, you really start to focus on the lyrics of that song, which I don't think a lot of people have heard in that way.
Well, it is such a well-known song. It has, in a way, become wallpaper. It's playing everywhere. It's in commercials.
Yeah.
And so what it feels like the drone is doing, and you tell me if I'm crazy, you're saying, listen to this anew.
Yes.
Focus on this.
Exactly.
In a new way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Listen to this anew and really understand that we're in a world of beauty for all the things that we've done to it and the things that we're struggling with. This is this beautiful celestial ball in the sky. It's a divine place to be.
Tell me about space.
So what space allows you to do is to consider what just happened. Thinking about the songs in their, I guess you could say, original incarnation. You could say, nice. But if you put the space, slow it down. Let's think about it for a second. Let's not even jump into it. Let's think about it for a minute. Then it's like, okay, let's breathe. Let's take a minute. Then, I see trees of green and red roses too. You see? Or the very thought of you, and I forget to do the little ordinary things that everyone ought to do. You know, it's a love song, Ray Noble. But you know, if you bask in the majesty of love, you know, that feeling when you really love somebody, the very thought of you. And I forget to do. Easy.
Tell me about Don't Stop. So that's the first one you released. Is that does that have a first place in your mind in any way, or is it just like the other songs? What's happening in Don't Stop?
Don't Stop is just encapsulating all of what I think the project is about. It's about pushing past all of the things that could stop us from believing in the higher ideals of humanity. Love, generosity, the fruits of the Spirit, the things that make us human and divine at the same time. So these ideas are stated plainly in the song. And it also is a message of hope in a dark world, things that we can oftentimes use when we lose the plot.
When you talk about regaining the plot, is there a song that regains the plot for you?
That's a song that I wrote when I was in a place where I was losing the plot. And success can take you away from the core. So you gotta find a way to stick to it, create things that get you back there. When it comes to loving me, don't stop. I know there ain't no guarantees, but don't stop. Let's keep it shaking while we can. You don't need another man. We'll keep rolling with the plan. Don't stop.